Discover the big secret why Liverpool will buy Alexander Isak right now, after Woltemade's transfer to Newcastle. Welcome back, football fans, to one of the biggest transfer stories of this summer. The big question everyone is asking right now is simple. Will Alexander Isak really become Liverpool's next superstar striker after Nick Woltemade arrives at Newcastle? That's what we're here to break down. In this video, we'll go through the full picture: Newcastle's position, Liverpool's needs, Isak's profile, and the market dynamics at play during these final days of the transfer window. But stay with us until the very end, because at the end of this video, we'll reveal the secret reason why Liverpool are ready to pay a record-breaking fee for Alexander Isak. And trust me, it's not just about football. It's about marketing, global branding, and Liverpool's long-term vision under Arne Slot. To give you a little teaser, this isn't only about goals and tactics. It's about how Liverpool are positioning themselves for the future, both on the pitch and commercially around the world. That's why this move could become the most expensive transfer in Premier League history. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into one of the most fascinating transfer sagas of the year. 1. Newcastle, the current situation. To understand why this story is even possible, we need to start with Newcastle United. Since being taken over by the Saudi Public Investment Fund, Newcastle have been trying to balance between massive sporting ambition and the strict rules of financial fair play. They've already spent heavily on Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali, Sven Botman, and others. But one of their most important investments was Alexander Isak. Signed from Real Sociedad for around £70 million, Isak quickly became the jewel of Newcastle's attack. His pace, technical ability, and ice-cold finishing made him an instant fan favorite at St. James Park. But cracks have started to appear. Isak has shown signs of frustration, and his recent social media activity suggested he might be looking for a way out. Just 9 days ago, Newcastle issued an official statement saying the conditions for a sale had not been met and were unlikely to be met. And yet, here we are. Things change quickly in football. Enter Nick Woltemade, the towering German striker, standing at 6'6", 198 centimeters, is exactly the kind of target man Eddie Howe wants to add to his squad. Newcastle have agreed a package with Stuttgart worth around £68.5 million plus add-ons, and Woltemade is already expected in the northeast for his medical. That changes everything. With Woltemade in, Newcastle suddenly have cover up front. And the story doesn't stop there. They are also seriously looking at young Wissa from Brentford, a completely different type of attacker. Quick, sharp, runs in behind. If Newcastle can land both Woltemade and Wissa, they'll have not one but two replacements ready to step in. And that's the key point. Newcastle won't sanction Isak's departure until they secure at least one, preferably two strikers. But once they do, the door opens. There's also the financial angle. With UEFA's financial fair play rules tightening, Newcastle know that selling Isak for over £150 million would give them breathing room to invest further. From a business perspective, it makes perfect sense. They cash in big, they already have replacements, and they stay compliant with the rules. 2. Liverpool, the need for a new striker. Now let's shift to Anfield. Liverpool are in transition. With Jurgen Klopp gone and Arne Slot stepping in, the club is moving into a new era. The famous front three of Salah, Mane, and Firmino is gone. Firmino has left, Mane left before him, and Salah's future remains uncertain with Saudi offers looming. Darwin Núñez, for all his raw power, has been inconsistent. Diogo Jota is excellent when fit, but injuries keep holding him back. Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo provide width, but none of them have established themselves as the reliable central striker Liverpool need. That's why Alexander Isak fits perfectly. First, he's tactically flexible. He can play as a central number 9 or drift out wide. Arne Slot loves fluid front lines, and Isak offers exactly that. Second, he brings qualities Liverpool are missing: elite dribbling, composure in front of goal, and the ability to create chances out of nothing. He's not just a finisher, he's also a playmaker. Third, Liverpool have already solved part of their puzzle by signing Marc Guéhi from Crystal Palace to strengthen the defense. Now they can focus fully on upgrading their attack. Finally, and this is crucial, Liverpool understand that transfers aren't only about sporting needs. They're also about the club's global image and commercial power. Adding a player like Isak, who has both talent and marketability, is a move that ticks all boxes. In other words, Liverpool need a new face for their attack, and Isak is the perfect fit. So who exactly is Alexander Isak? Born in Stockholm, he came through the youth system at IK before Borussia Dortmund snapped him up at the age of 17. Things didn't fully work out in Germany, but then came Real Sociedad, and that's where Isak blossomed. At Sociedad, he became one of La Liga's most dangerous forwards, quick, skillful, and clinical. His performances caught the attention of Newcastle, who broke their transfer record to bring him in. Standing 6'3", 192 centimeters, Isak doesn't fit the stereotype. Yes, he's tall, but he's not a clunky target man. He's smooth, elegant, technically gifted. He can dribble past defenders, link up with teammates, and finish with both feet. His Premier League stats last season tell the story. Double-digit goals, strong contribution in big games, and a consistent ability to deliver when it matters most. Compared to Haaland, Osimhen, or Nunez, Isak offers a unique blend of elegance and ruthlessness. He's not as physically overwhelming as Haaland, but he's far more technical. He's not as erratic as Nunez, and he has a cooler head in front of goal. For Liverpool, this means versatility. Slot could use him in different systems, as a lone striker, in a two-man partnership, or even drifting in from the left. He's not just a weapon. He's a complete forward. On top of that, Isak has leadership qualities. Calm, composed, and focused, he has the personality to become the face of Liverpool's new era. 4. The domino effect and market dynamics. The transfer market often works like dominoes. One move triggers another. Woltemade's signing is that first domino. Once Newcastle closed that deal, they're in a position to release Isak. Add in a potential signing like Wissa, and suddenly they're more than covered. Liverpool, meanwhile, are waiting. They know Isak is open to the move. Personal terms will be straightforward. More money at Liverpool, Champions League football, and the chance to become a global star. The only issue? The fee. And that's where this story gets really interesting. Because Liverpool, a club known for being cautious with money, are now preparing to smash the Premier League transfer record. Why? 5. The secret why Liverpool will pay a record fee. Here it is, the secret you've been waiting for. Why would Liverpool, a club famous for careful financial planning, suddenly spend more than £150 million on Alexander Isak? The answer is simple: global strategy. Liverpool are preparing to launch a massive commercial partnership with a Scandinavian multinational brand. This move would give them a dominant foothold in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, a region with millions of football fans and strong purchasing power. And who better to be the face of that project than Alexander Isak, Sweden's biggest star, and a symbol of the new generation? By signing Isak, Liverpool don't just get a striker. They get a brand ambassador who opens up a whole new market. Think about how Manchester United used Park Ji-sung to expand into Asia, or how Chelsea tried to use Mudryk to gain influence in Eastern Europe. Liverpool are doing the same with Scandinavia. That's why the price doesn't matter as much. Even at £150 million, the investment will pay itself back within 5 years through shirt sales, sponsorships, and global exposure. So the secret is clear. Liverpool will pay the record fee not only for goals, but for global reach. So where does that leave us? Newcastle are closing in on Woltemade. They may also add Wissa. That means Isak could be on his way out. Liverpool desperately need a new striker, and Isak fits perfectly both on the pitch and off it. The transfer fee will be record-breaking, but it makes sense when you see the bigger picture. Because now you know the secret. Liverpool aren't just buying a footballer. They're buying a global ambassador. They're buying marketing power. And they're buying the face of their new attacking era. If this deal goes through, Alexander Isak could become the most expensive player in Premier League history, and the man to lead Liverpool into their next great chapter. So, what do you think? Should Liverpool break the bank for Isak? Or is this too big a gamble? Hit the comments, subscribe for more deep dive analyses, and stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll explore what Liverpool's new attacking trio would look like if Isak's transfer becomes reality.